When you take off your socks in the evening, have you noticed the marks are still there on your leg? Does the shoe that fit comfortably in the morning suddenly feel tight by evening? Maybe you've noticed your legs tiring more quickly than before when climbing stairs. Or maybe at the end of the day, when you press on your ankles, you've seen your fingerprint stay there for a few seconds. If so, this may be a sign of something far more important than you think. And I'd recommend watching this video to the end, because what I'm about to share will probably surprise you. Your legs feeling slightly heavy by the end of the day is, of course, normal. It happens to everyone after a long day. But if this swelling happens again every evening, and it's gradually becoming more noticeable, your body may be quietly trying to tell you something. And if you're over 60, this is not a signal you should ignore. Today, in this video, we'll look at the following together. What are the real reasons your legs swell in the evening? Which of these are completely harmless? And which one might be a sign you should discuss with your doctor? I'll also share a few simple but effective tips you can try starting tonight. If you're ready, let's begin. Let's start with a small but important piece of information. The veins in your legs actually work against gravity to carry blood back to your heart. They don't do this job alone. Inside the veins, there are small one-way valves that prevent blood from flowing backward. Every time your leg muscles move, they act like a pump, pushing blood upward. Throughout the day, as you stand or sit, this system keeps working continuously. But as the day goes on, especially toward the evening, gravity gradually starts to win out. Blood starts to pool in the lower parts of your legs. That's why many people feel fine in the morning but notice swollen feet by evening. This is actually a fairly complex engineering job that your body quietly performs every day. Carrying blood all the way back up from your feet, the point farthest from your heart, is no easy task. And like many other parts of your body, this system may need a bit more support as you age. There are a few reasons that disturb this delicate balance. Now, let's look at them together, one by one. First reason, weakening of the vein valves. This is one of the most common causes, especially after the age of 60. Over the years, these small valves inside your veins can gradually lose their flexibility. When the valves can't close completely, some blood flows back down as it moves upward and pools in the lower part of the leg. In medicine, this is called venous insufficiency, and it's far more common than it sounds. A slight sense of heaviness in your legs, swelling that becomes more noticeable in the evening. Sometimes the appearance of thin, spiderweb-like veins. All of these can be signs that your vein valves aren't working as strongly as they used to, and this usually develops slowly, without you noticing. It doesn't appear suddenly one morning. Jobs that involve standing for long periods, past pregnancies, or a family history of similar issues can increase this risk. If this sounds familiar, don't worry just yet. We'll talk about what you can do about it shortly. Second reason, staying inactive for long periods. This is a cause most people tend to overlook. As you'll recall, your leg muscles work like a pump to push blood upward. But if you sit for a long time, or stand in the same position for a long time, this pump doesn't engage. Blood starts to pool in the lower part of your legs. A long car ride, sitting at a desk all day, or watching television in a chair for hours. All of these can bring this natural pumping system in your legs to a stop. Maybe your days have become less active since you retired, or maybe you sit in the same chair for hours with a show or a book you love. These aren't bad habits, but they're small details that make a difference for your legs. Many people describe it like this: their legs feeling heavy when they stand up after sitting for a long time, their ankles looking swollen, their shoes suddenly feeling tight. This may be a sign that your muscles are asking for a bit of support. Getting up now and then, walking a few steps, can really make a big difference here. Third reason, salt and fluid balance. Your body holds on to or releases water depending on how much salt you take in. If the food you eat is high in salt, your body holds on to more water to balance it out. And this extra fluid, aided by gravity, usually collects first in your legs and ankles. Processed foods, instant soups, pickles, and overly salty snacks. These are foods we consume without realizing it, but they can lead to noticeable water retention in the body. Here's the interesting part. Sometimes not drinking enough water can have the opposite effect and cause your body to hold on to water even more tightly. So the balance here can be thrown off at either extreme, too little or too much. If you notice your legs swelling in the evening, it's worth taking a look back at what you ate that day. Did you have a salty soup at lunch? Did you snack on something packaged in the afternoon? These small details can show up in your legs by evening. Fourth reason, certain medications you take. This is a cause that rarely crosses most people's minds. Certain blood pressure medications, certain pain relievers, and certain steroid-containing medications can cause fluid retention as a side effect. This doesn't mean the medication is being used incorrectly. It may simply be your body's reaction to that medication. If you've noticed swelling in your legs after starting a new medication, it's worth mentioning to your doctor or pharmacist. Don't stop the medication on your own. Just point out the connection. That's enough. In fact, these 4 causes usually don't work in complete isolation from one another. If you stay inactive for a long time, vein valves that are already weakened are put under even more strain. If you had a salty dinner, this effect becomes even more noticeable. So if you recognize more than one of these causes in yourself, that's not surprising at all. If one or more of these 4 causes I've described sound familiar to you, you can write in the comments which one fits you best. Now let's turn to the really important question. When should you actually be concerned? Mild swelling in both legs by the end of the day is usually harmless for the reasons we've described above. The most important distinction here is this: both legs or just one? Did it develop gradually or did it appear suddenly? These 2 questions help determine your next step, but in the following situation, you should be concerned right away. Scene 11. Warning symptoms. Blood clot signs. 48 words. If the swelling is in only one leg and it appeared suddenly, if there's tenderness or pain in your calf when touched, if you notice redness or a distinct warmth in the area, you shouldn't ignore this and you should see a healthcare provider as soon as possible. If the swelling is in only one leg and it appeared suddenly, if there's tenderness or pain in your calf when touched, if you notice redness or a distinct warmth in the area, you shouldn't ignore this and you should see a healthcare provider as soon as possible. Because these symptoms can be linked to a blood clot in the leg veins, and this is a situation that shouldn't be delayed. Separately, if the swelling is accompanied by shortness of breath or chest discomfort, this can also point to a heart-related connection and also requires attention. Your body doesn't send signals for no reason. What matters is listening carefully, without panicking. Most of the time, this swelling comes from a simple, manageable cause. But if the symptoms I just listed are present, getting it checked is always safer than guessing. So, what can you do starting tonight? Let's keep it simple. First, elevate your legs. When sitting or lying down, if you can, raise your legs slightly above heart level. This helps blood return more easily against gravity. Even 15 to 20 minutes a day can make a difference. Second, move regularly. If you're going to be sitting for a long time, get up and walk for a few minutes every hour. Rotating your ankles in circles or rising up and down on your toes is a simple way to activate your muscle pump. Third, reduce salt, increase water. Keep an eye on the hidden salt in processed and packaged foods. Instead, drink enough water throughout the day because your body can also tend to hold onto water when it's dehydrated. Fourth, consider supportive stockings. Known as compression stockings, these apply gentle, even pressure to your legs and help blood flow back upward. You can get them at a pharmacy, but it's healthiest to ask your doctor what level of compression is right for you. Many people only wear them on long trips or special occasions, but the real benefit comes from wearing them regularly throughout the day. And remember, these small habits make a difference not overnight, but over a few weeks. Be patient and consistent. If the swelling continues for weeks, keeps getting worse, or if you notice any of the one-sided, painful, or red symptoms I just mentioned, don't guess. Talk to your doctor. A simple exam and a few tests if needed can clarify what condition your veins and circulation are in. This swelling in your legs is not a random occurrence. Don't just brush it off by saying, "It's just the day catching up with me." This is a signal your body is sending you. Sometimes small, sometimes more significant, but always worth listening to. Because the sooner you listen to your body, the easier it becomes to protect your health. Now I'm curious about you. Do you notice this kind of heaviness or swelling in your legs in the evening? Let me know in the comments. And if you're watching this video for your parents or an elderly loved one, don't hesitate to share this information with them too. If this video helped you understand your body a little better, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, because our health is a subject worth learning about again and again every day.